Hey my loves! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jade, also known as Jadeywadey180. Today's video is so special to me because it's one that is very highly requested. I wanted to create a look that was wearable for a very sexy bride. So many of you have messaged me because I used to be heavily involved in bridal makeup. It's actually how I got started into the beauty industry. I used to post so many before and afters. So today's look is all about this very sexy, smoky, still on the lighter side. It could be more glam than this. Full coverage bridal glam. I really wanted to create a wearable look for a summer bride that wanted to use smoky, bronzy, brown, and pink tones to their look with a really glossy nude pale lip. I feel like so many people could wear this look too. Any skin tone, it would look really beautiful on, and any eye color. So it's a very universal wedding look. If you are a new bride, congrats. I'm so excited for you. This is just the start of your wedding planning. There's so much that goes into wedding planning, from the actual wedding itself, to the dress, to the hair, to the makeup. So makeup is so important on your wedding day because you want to feel comfortable. And especially when you're having someone else do your makeup, it can feel really not like it's yourself because everyone does makeup differently, and you really want to find an artist that knows your face. I definitely suggest to always do a trial before, maybe even two, just so you feel very comfortable with the colors, with the tones, and you just perfect that bridal look. I also always suggest this so that you can go out and you can buy the lip color down to the lip liner, the lipstick, and the lip gloss so you have it on the special day. And you need to check if the foundation that the makeup artist is using will work for your skin type, whether it be oily, dry, whatever. I've had every single bride in the book. So weddings is my expertise when it comes to makeup. It's what I specialized in, and I worked in weddings for years. So any way that I can help, I would love to. I know a lot of you are probably doing your makeup yourself, so this video is going to be perfect for you as well. Or if you want to show this video to your makeup artist and you're like, girl, just do whatever she says, whatever she uses, show your artist this video. So without further ado, so excited to do this video for you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay babes, so I'm starting with a clean base. I love to apply a mask on any of my brides before I used to do their makeup, and one of my favorites is Nesco. This is the Diamond Radiance. It just gives your skin a very youthful, glowy look. Usually I'll give it to my bride on the trial day and have them use it the night before so that they wake up and their skin is just so beaming. So I definitely highly suggest this if you are having a wedding. Okay, so I like to fill in my brows first just so I can get the shape of my eyes so that when I do my eyeshadow I can see where I want to apply everything. So today I use the Cool Brown Brow Pencil from Brow. This is actually one of my favorites. I just feel like it matches my brow color really well. So if you want a really glowy base for your special day, but you don't want it to look oily or shiny, I like to mix two primers together, and these are my favorites. This is the Super Radiance Booster from NARS. It gives that really nice glowy effect to the skin. And over top that, I use my Image Skincare Eye Blur. So this is a blurring primer. It kind of mattifies it, but you still have that glowy effect underneath when you layer it on top. You especially want to put it in your T-zone areas because these are the areas we get oily the most. And the last thing you want on your wedding day is to have your foundation slipping back and forth. So lately for my foundation, I've been wearing this Beyond Perfecting from Clinique, and it's really amazing because you can use it as a foundation or a concealer because of the doe foot applicator. It is a moderate to full coverage, so if you wanted it to be on the lighter side, just use a lighter hand, or if you wanted that really full coverage beat, because I personally love full coverage for the wedding day, then you could just layer it on to get that desired finish. So the shade that I'm using is 5.5. It has some really nice warm undertones, and I like to be a little bit more on the golden side because I do a lot of spray tan on my body. So to match, I need a shade that's a little bit darker so that it just all looks seamlessly blended. dries down super fast, so you really don't have to use too much product. And I just love the applicator because it's so smooth. And I love how much product gets on the doe foot. You don't have to keep pumping the product. This just has so much coming out. And then I'm using a lighter shade for underneath my eyes, and this is for the concealer. Okay, so once you get the desired coverage that you want, we can go ahead and move on to contour. But I highly suggest this foundation because of how well it stays on the face for multiple hours. You really want to look for that in a foundation on your special day because you don't want to be touching up every hour or so. So if you're looking for a foundation that really lasts, definitely check this one out. For our contour, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. I've actually never used this before, so it's our first time. But I really liked this shade. I feel like it was on the lighter side, and I have a little bit more olive undertones. The brush that I'm using is from Marvin's collection with BH Cosmetics. It's a little bit of a dome shape, so it can really get in there tight into the cheekbone. Yep, I love this shade. Beautiful. So I'm keeping it very high. I'm not going to pull it all the way down. We want our contour to look very lifted. And I like that it's very cool toned. There's not a lot of warmth in it. Definitely pulls a little bit more gray, but that's a good thing. I'm going to do a little bit on our jaw, just right here. Always remember, if you're going to be taking a lot of photos, you definitely want to contour your face because everything just whites out and can wash you out in your photos. So we definitely want to add that sculpting where we need it. Now I'm using my nose perfector and the Tantour just to sculpt out. And I have a full video on how I contour, so I'm just going to speed this up and move along. Okay, and I want a little bit more brightness under my eyes, so this is one of my favorite yellow concealers. This is Light Yellow from LA Girl Cosmetics. Just adds a really nice brightening effect. It also does a little bit of color correcting. And now all you want to do is you want to set your face, and then we can move on to the eyes. Okay, for our blush and our bronzer, I love this palette. This is the Cheek Leaders from Benefit Cosmetics. And it just has every color that you really need to create that bronzy, just like summery look if you are a summer bride. And I'm going to use Hula for my bronzer, and then Dandelion with a little swirl of Tickle in the highlighting area. It's just that perfect amount of pink. And I feel like every bride should have just that really nice blush of color to their cheeks. Just makes you look youthful. Okay, so now that our face is on, we can go ahead and move on to the eyes. But first, I am going to bake a little bit underneath because we are going to be using some darker tones. So if there's any fallout, this is going to save you. So today's palette I am so excited about because it is one of my best friends. Kristen Dominique, who owns Dominique Cosmetics, came out with this gorgeous rustic glam palette. And you guys, the colors inside, when I saw, I was like, all these shades are the exact shades that I would use on a bride. So I was really inspired actually by this palette to create this look. So there's some gorgeous bright colors. You got lots of blues, you have a purple tone, but then she has tons of warm matte browns that are so good for any type of neutral look. She's got some pretty golds in here and a really gorgeous like black smoky with glitter. So I really think that this palette is very universal. You could do multiple different things. You don't have to do a bridal look, but when I saw it, I was just like, yes, all these shades I've used before on a bride. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so if you have a problem with creasing, I definitely suggest for you to use a primer. For me, I like to just put a lot of powder on my eye before I do any of my eyeshadow. That works for me, but if you are very oily on the eyelid, use a primer. So I'm picking up a blending brush, and the first shade that we're gonna get into is this Free Spirit. It's a really nice ivory, and it's matte. So we're gonna apply it all over our eyelid. Okay, so the next shade that we're going to get into is Fringe, which is a really light taupe brown. And we're going to apply it into our crease. And I always love her matte shades. They just blend out so beautifully. They're very velvety. And she just has so many good brown mattes. Like, I'm always searching for the next matte brown. It looks like I'm naked, but I promise you guys, I'm wearing a top. Next, I'm going to be picking up this blend and shade brush. This is actually from Dominique Cosmetics as well. And we're going to be getting into this shade called Suede, which is a matte chocolatey fudge brown. We're just going to press it in this outer corner of our eye. Oh my gosh, that's such a good brown. Next, I'm going to be applying this Desert Queen, which is a really kind of peachy brown. We're just going to blend everything together. Okay, now we have the shell of our eyes. We're going to start deepening up the corners and making it a little bit more smoky because I want this to be a little bit on the more glam side for a bride. It's going to be definitely very sexy. So the eyeliner we're going to be using today is from Revlon. It is called So Fierce, and it is the vinyl eyeliner, and it's a very, very dark brown. I personally like a dark brown when I am doing eyeliner. I think it looks just a little bit softer, but this shade is very, very dark. We're going to be applying it in our outer corner. And I don't want to do necessarily a winged eyeliner. We want it to look like that, but then we're going to blend it out with some eyeshadow. And then you want to get a smudger brush, and I'm using a dark brown eyeshadow. This is from Pat McGrath. The shade is called Deep Velvet, and we are just going to blend this out. And I am connecting to the top, just to give that outer smoky effect. So as you can see, I'm keeping the darkness to the outer corners. And this is going to give that lifting effect and just smokiness to the eyes. Okay, and I do want to have a bottom smoky liner for this sexy look. So I'm going to be using the Bang eyeliner from Benefit Cosmetics, and this shade is Deep Brown. And then I do want to add a little shimmer on my eyelid. So I'm using this Caviar Chrome Veil from Laura Mercier, and the shade is called Crystal Rose. It's a very soft, pearly pink. Now I'm going to finish off the inner corner of the eyes with the brand new Diamond Lights from Angel, Mac Daddy, and Artist Couture. And the shade that I'm using is called Icy Girl. It's a really pretty pearly white. This is just the perfect shade to top off any eyeshadow look, especially the inner corner. If you really want it to pop, this is going to be that perfect product for you. So I'm taking a little pencil brush and I'm going to get it wet, and then I'm going to dip it in and apply. Oh my goodness, it's like a shooting star coming out of my eye. A little goes a really long way, so you don't need too much. Okay, now we can go ahead and pop on our lashes. And my favorite lashes ever are the Ardell Beauty 701 Wispies. They're pretty natural, and I feel with such an intense eye, I kind of like to go on the lighter side and then add a little bit of individuals into the outer corners just to lift it. This is what they look like. And they're really long on the outer corners, so they give that super cat eye effect, and I feel like they are so affordable. A lot of lashes, they're just so expensive, so I like that these are cheap. You can reuse them a lot of times. These are seriously the best lashes, and they're so light, and you just want to be somewhat comfortable on your wedding day. I feel like a lot of lashes, they have a thick band and they can get itchy, and if you're crying, they move and they really come off. I just feel like I can't even feel these, so I highly suggest them for any brides out there. And for the mascara that I'm using, I am using a waterproof one because you know that you're gonna cry on your special day. So this is Perversion from Urban Decay, waterproof, does not come off. If you have a tear, if someone splashes a whole cup of water on your eye, this won't move. Okay, so we can go ahead and just dust off our bake. I like to use a beauty blender because it's really smooth. And whatever is left on, you can just blend it all the way down. For our lips, I've created a little bridal cocktail of some colors I really like. For our lip liner, we're going to be using Pat McGrath. This shade is called Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil in Super Natural. It's like a really nice nude brown. So these are the two shades that I chose from Jaclyn Hill's collection. And I like Amazeballs and Nude AF. And then for our gloss on top, we are going to be using Coral of the Wild from MAC Cosmetics. This gloss just looks so dreamy. And then I'm going to pop that lighter shade just in the center. You don't even need this shade, like it's honestly very similar to that one. Yes, this lip combo together is kind of that perfect bridal lip. And to finish it off, we're going to be using the brand new Prisma Glow from Dominique Cosmetics. This highlighter palette is so gorgeous. You have a cream highlighter in here and then 3 of these really bright glowy highlighters. So I love this golden hour shade. It's really nice and bronzy, especially if you have a good tan. And then I also love pink haze. So I'm going to do a light mix of both. Lastly, we are going to finish off the face with a very strong setting spray, and my favorite is the Kat Von D Locket. And if you want a little extra glow, use the Patrick Ta for the body in a dream. Okay, my loves, this is the finished look. All I'm missing is the dress, the veil, and maybe a husband. But I really hope that you enjoyed this look. I loved creating it for you all. This is a look that was very highly requested. I used to do so much wedding makeup, and if you've followed me for a while, you know that is where I started in the beauty industry. So this was really fun for me. It definitely took me back to my wedding roots. And this look, it's very sexy, it's very sultry. To some of you, it will be a lot of makeup, but to others, it's a version of a softer smoky eye. I didn't completely smoke out the entire eye and make it look like 2 panda eyes. I made it a little bit more soft in the front and smoky on the ends. So definitely give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Let me know down below in the comment section what you would like to see next. And if you guys have been watching my skincare series, thank you so much. More skin videos coming soon and more makeup looks. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.